everybody. So my name is Keontae Ashe, and this is Blue Aura Healing Guidance and Tarot. So welcome. Come everybody, come everybody. So this message is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, okay? For all of my Scorpio babies. I'm actually thinking of one of my girlfriends right now who is a Scorpio. She just popped in my mind. She's such a bully. Always went into, like, I don't know. I'm not literally, like, she's a really nice person. She's a sweetheart. But what I mean is, her energy is always picked up on in these readings. So bully. But anyways, so let's go ahead and look into what is going on with you guys. I hope this reading finds you all doing well. I am doing great. Today is Wednesday, so if you do so happen to see this message today, the day that I posted on Wednesday, please do come and join me tonight on Facebook for live Wicked Witch Wednesdays, okay? Every Wednesday at 6, from 6 to 8, I go live on Facebook, Wicked Witch Wednesdays, and every Monday morning from 9 to 11 for Magical Mondays. So if you're interested in possibly getting a free reading with me, having some one-on-one connection time, go ahead and join me on those lives at my Facebook. Go ahead and check me out on the Facebook in general, because it does get litty on the Facebook, okay? So let us see what is going on for you, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let us see what Spirit has to say to you at this time. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out the monthly, because I did do the overall November monthly. This is just a quick update for you guys. So the first card out for you is Fellow Travelers, okay? Support is all around you. Then you also got Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. It's so funny that I said I was thinking of her and then these cards come out, because Virgo's got similar energy, okay? Virgo's got similar energy to this, okay? So it's really not a surprise to me because she is a divine feminine. So this message definitely resonates for a lot of divine feminines at this time. I do know that, okay? So Scorpio, you're being asked to hold the course, continue to stay focused on what it is that you desire, continue to stay focused on your desired outcome, and that is exactly what you will get. I feel like a lot of you at this moment haven't necessarily been seeing the results come through as quickly as you would like them to, so you're feeling a little bit doubtful, okay? So Spirit wants you at this time to pretty much stay focused on what it is you want to see. And I feel like a lot of you are in a really light, energetic mood, okay? You might be doing a lot of laughing, a lot of playing, okay? Your inner child is really coming alive at this time. And for some of you, you're simply doing it because you're trying to cover up your pain. But for others of you, I feel like you're more so trying to push through the pain, okay? And then we got View from Above. So yeah, this is really interesting. When I show you guys these cards, you're going to understand why, okay? There's a lot of great things going on for you guys at this time. But with Fellow Travelers, support is all around you. Like I said, I feel like a lot of you do feel alone. You might feel like you don't necessarily have the greatest of friends, or you have really good friends, but maybe they're not as close to you as you would like them to be. So with Desert Passage, you're often by yourself. But I get, like, you know, the friends that you do have, maybe they're not all into the same things that you're into. So you do a lot of that spiritual stuff by yourself, okay, is the energy that I'm picking up on, okay? However, because, you know, we do go through life. We go through everyday things, you guys, okay? So when we're going through these everyday things and we're living these human experiences, who's to say we're not going to have low vibrational moments? We are. And when we do, a lot of the time, sorry guys if it looks like I'm not looking at you. This is a new position. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can't really eye contact with y'all right now. So y'all probably gonna be like, what the hell, what is she looking at? Anyways, so, you know, with this whole thing going on, you guys, like I was saying, you have to do this alone. I understand that not everybody around you has the same interest that you have, and it might get lonely, and the people that do have the same interests as you, they might be a little further away and things like that. But Spirit is saying just hold the course, okay? I do also get the sense that you might be alone in the sense of not having many people to physically connect with, but you still do have people in spiritual world to connect with. And like I was saying, we are human, we are in these human bodies, and we are living human experiences. So when you experience low vibrational emotions, which will happen, do not be yourself up about it. Instead, you know, pick your face up off the floor, son, and keep it moving, because at the end of the day, you have a bigger picture here, okay? Like it says, stay focused and view from above. Stay focused says hold the course, and then view from above says get the big picture, okay? So look at these two things and how they relate. All right, so you're being watched over from people in spirit realm, even though it feels like you're down here by yourself. Also, what I'm noticing is like the peacock, for example, okay, and the birds. So it's like animals are supportive of you. You might also have a connection to animals. Maybe you can communicate with animals. Maybe you're an intuitive animal healer, okay, which those do exist, okay. I have a very strong connection to animals myself. So with that being said, okay, it does exist where you're able to communicate with animals based on, you know, how they feel and all of that stuff. Intuitively, you can use your intuition in that regard, okay. So that's a beautiful gift to have as well. All right, so let us see what else Spirit wants me to pull out for you guys. Spirit pulled me to the angels of abundance. All right, so let us see what messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter do we have at this time? This one just, wow. Okay, a couple of them. Whoa, wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's all I'm going to say. So sever vows of poverty, okay? Sever vows of poverty. In any way where you feel like you're not good enough, please trust and believe that you are more than good enough. Like I said, you're by yourself. You feel like, well, why am I not making the connections? And I don't know who to trust, and I don't know who to give myself to, and I don't know where to put my energy. But Spirit is saying, I have you alone for a reason. And then remember I said the birds and the peacock. Look at these damn peacock feathers and all them birds, okay? This is what I mean. But she's by herself, but not necessarily, because she has that spirit support. She has that support system there. You don't necessarily need people in the physical to support you, especially when you guys know how strong and powerful energy is. Do you really need somebody who doesn't necessarily have the greatest intention for you anyway, being in your space and in your face? No. You know what I mean? So with that being said, all right, know and recognize that you deserve to have the best of things, of everything. Whatever you say you want, you deserve to have that. So why put your energy into people, situations, outlets, sources, whatever you want to call it, that are not going to reciprocate that? Okay, you deserve to be happy. You deserve reciprocation. You deserve, you know, whatever lifestyle you want. You deserve this raise. You deserve this promotion that's on its way to you with raise or promotion. You deserve this new source of income or these multiple streams of income. You deserve this. All right. I also feel like a lot of you are healing some things on behalf of your family and friends, because like I said, I feel like a lot of you are the only spiritual one around all of these people, and you're having to do the spiritual cleansing. Now, let me stop myself right there, because you don't have to do shit. But you are doing this on behalf of the people that you care about. Okay, so sever vows of poverty. It says, dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Okay, as above, so below, north, east, south, west, everywhere. Okay, everywhere. Then we have deservingness. So it says, you are a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. Spirit also just put me to say that this person spends a lot of time in solitude. This is why I was saying this sounds a lot like Virgo energy, because when you spend a lot of time by yourself because the people around you don't necessarily connect to you, it's not to say that because it was real, it rubbed me wrong. I know she didn't mean it that way, right? But I do know she meant it that way in the same sense. Like I went downstairs one day, and the person said, you know, well, why are you down here with all the small people, you know, us small people? And I knew like she was basically trying to be funny because I'm always working. She didn't mean it like in a malicious manner, but it did bother me because you guys, if you know me, you know I don't think like that. I don't think like, even though I have my accolades and the things that I have, which they are there, I don't, you know, put myself above anybody else, because that's not my style. You get what I'm saying? However, I do isolate myself a lot because the people around me don't want to talk about, and they're not interested in the same things. And this is the thing, you don't want to have to water yourself down or dumb yourself down, excuse my language, to basically be understood by people around you. So you just don't be around them. You'll rather just be by yourself until people that are on your wavelength, on your frequency, come around you. I don't really know what else to say. So I didn't necessarily take it away, but I kind of did at the same time, because it's just like, I don't think anybody is beneath me. It's just simple fact of, I don't want to have to explain every little thing I say out of my mouth either. Like when I say something, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? And 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 what do you mean? Like, so that means you're not on my level in regards to spiritual things. And so it's just difficult. You get what I'm saying? It's just difficult. That's basically all you can say. Just like other people don't like being around people they don't click with. I remember somebody told me that a little while ago. My sister-in-law told me that. You know, we don't click. All of a sudden we don't click because I'm spiritually ascending. You're right, we don't click. It finally made sense to me why we don't click. Because you want to talk about basketball wives and shit like that, and I want to talk about what's the next project that I'm doing and shit. I might not want to talk about that with you. I might just want to talk about ascension and whatever the fuck we got going on spiritually, right? But this says, congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. Okay, so you guys know I only ever share things with you when it applies, and I feel like that definitely applied to you guys at that moment, because like I said, it's kind of like that. Your friends and stuff. Look, we got the 5 of Wands. Then we had the 10 of Wands in reverse. Your friends and things, they want to argue with you. And they want to go back and forth with your opinion and why you do what you do. And, oh, girl, I would have did this if I was you. And, oh, dude, well, I wouldn't have fucked with her. And all type of stuff. And it's like, but you're not me. So you can't tell me what you would have did because you're not me. And I didn't ask you. Then we got the 7 of Wands here. So the 7 of Wands to me is you standing up for yourself. You standing in your power, okay? But it just tried to flip itself in reverse, and then we had the 3 of Pentacles right underneath it. So what I'm getting from that as a reader is that you don't want to have to constantly defend yourself. You're willing to stand up for yourself, obviously, in your beliefs and shit like that, but you have higher knowledge and knowing and understanding and consciousness, so why even have to go back and forth? Why do it? Why do that? That's like yesterday we asked the people to come and fix the heat or whatever because the heat's not working, and it's like 20 degrees right now in Texas, and we asked the people to come and fix the heat, and dude said the vent is closed. So in other words, you think I'm slow enough to ask you to come and fix the heat when simply the problem was that the vent was closed? Maybe the vent was closed because it was blowing out cold air, so we closed the vent. And then he came in like, well, why is it hot? Because we got the fucking oven on. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, you just don't want to have to constantly explain yourself. So you just keep yourself from around those people is what I'm getting. But we have the Star card and we have Justice. So ultimately, like I said, that raise in promotion is coming through. And it's coming through because you stop being around people that don't have good intentions for you. What the hell? So I'm the joke. I'm funny to you. Y'all think that I'm that fucking slow. You know what I mean? Type energy. So you just don't deal with it. Okay, so then we have the, wow, this shit flipped out too. We have the Knight of Wands and the Knave of Pentacles. So I feel like when it comes, it's something involving your health, okay? But there's some action that you're needing to take when it comes to your health. There's also a lot of action that you're taking in general. I feel like the reason why this is coming out is because you realize that these people were not good for your spirit, okay? That's what I'm getting. These people were not good for your spirit, so you're taking action with the things that are, okay? That's really what I'm getting here, okay? And like I said, it's no love lost with those people. Like the lady who said what she said, like I said, I know she didn't mean it in a malicious way. Do you get what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. So it was just like, oh, you know, but it's just a simple fact of what her spirit meant. Because spiritual warfare is real. A person might say something and not even realize that subconsciously they said something else. You get what I'm saying? But because you're on the wavelength that you're on, you realize that. And once again, that's not something I be wanting to explain. So I just don't be around people. You feel what I'm saying? But this is you. You know who understands you, who doesn't. So you know what you want to give your energy to and what you don't. And I feel like there's a tower moment that happened, meaning a lot of sudden changes in your life. A lot of quick things happen with this tower moment, okay? But all of these things were divinely guided. However, I do see a lot of clarity, all right? So you're thinking very, very clearly. There's no confusion. It's like you know exactly what it is that you want to do, who you want to be around, who you don't want to invest into. And see, we have the 5 of Cups in reverse. This, for me as a reader, represents emotional maturity. So you're mature enough to know who you want to fuck with, who you don't. And the 8 of Wands here. So you're moving on quickly. Like you're moving on with your shit. And with the Knight of Wands, he's about action. So he's out there getting it. The Knave of Pentacles is a lot more practical. But in regards to whatever, you're out there getting the coin. You're out there getting what you need to get. And you realize that certain energies can't be around you because they're only going to slow you down. So now that you realize that and you wised up and you matured, you're going to see a lot of quick progression. Okay, as soon as I said that, look at the bottom, the Judgment card. Oop, and this one wants to flip itself out. Temperance, okay? So things balancing themselves out, okay? Period, point blank. I also get the sense that you guys are speaking your emotions these days. Spirit is telling me you're speaking your emotions a lot more than you typically do, but you're doing so in a way that is not harming anybody, okay? I also get this sense that some of you, like I said, may have gotten hurt by a few friends, okay, a few friends saying things and doing things with that Five of Wands energy, you realize that some people just need to be left out of your life. So with this Five of Pentacles here, that's what you're going to do, because there was not reciprocation. It was not an equal give and take. That's what I just said, right? There was not an equal give and take relationship. So you're using better judgment these days, okay? However, I do see that with the King of Wands here and the Queen of Cups in reverse, all right, there is a soulmate connection that is currently being balanced, that is being worked out, okay? That is the two cups that is being worked on between these two people. I feel like something happened here, okay, that caused you to feel like this. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, she's quite bitter, okay, and bitter for the right reasons, shall I say, because she's a nurturer, she's a lover, she's a caregiver, she's all of that. And so think about it. The only time she ever cuts anybody off or stops fucking with anybody is when they give her very valid reason. So if she feels like this, she feels like this for purpose. However, with Temperance here, is being balanced out. You just not fucking with certain people right now. Period. Dot. Okay, you're going to leave people out in the cold, and you also feel like a lot of people left you out in the cold. Like, it was shit going on you didn't know about with this Five of Pentacles. But then we have the Six of Pentacles here now. You realize that people were kind of doing things to kind of keep you at their mercy, so you're using your better judgment, okay? This was an interesting reading, okay? But I do know overall you guys are intelligent, you're intuitive, and you know exactly what it is. So this is going to conclude your reading, guys. Peace and happiness.